let's kick it off with the escalating trade war between the US and China. All right, with no deal in sight, both countries are hitting each other with hundreds of billions of dollars in new tariffs. And now, ordinary people in China are suffering some truly dire consequences.
The Wall Street Journal says millions of people in China could not watch the series finale of Game of Thrones because of the U.S.-China trade fight. Chinese viewers expected to see the final episode. Instead, they saw a notice about transmission problems on Tencent Video, the exclusive streaming provider of HBO content in China. Many fans fumed over social media. HBO says China restricted Game of Thrones from airing due to the trade dispute.
Yeah, that's right. American consumers may be paying higher prices, losing their family farms and watching their businesses go under, but China doesn't get to watch Game of Thrones. USA! 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 That's what I'm talking about. But this is a true story. China can't watch the Game of Thrones finale, and they are pissed. And once they get to watch the finale, they'll be double pissed. Oh, man. I feel like this is how the U.S. could actually win the trade war, right? Because you realize America's best export is pop culture. And if you can make it so that China always gets some of it, but not the whole thing, it's gonna drive them crazy. Yeah. For instance, when the new Star Wars movie comes out, just send China a version where it's the long scroll in the beginning, immediately followed by credits. Yeah, people will be livid. You could do it with music. You could do it with music too. Send China EDM songs, but then cut out the part when the beat drops. Yeah, it'll drive them insane. It'll just be like 12 hours of like diggity 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 And you know what? I'm willing to help too. I'll help win this fight. From now on, when China watches The Daily Show, they only get the setups to jokes, no punchlines. Yeah. Check this out. What do you call a Chinese president who can't read? All right, let's move on. Let's move on from the trade war to America's culture war, because Alabama is at it again. A week after banning abortion, now they're doing this.
Alabama Public Television has chosen not to air PBS's recent Arthur episode featuring a same-sex marriage. According to the director of Alabama Public Television, the wedding of Arthur's third-grade teacher, Mr. Ratburn, to Patrick, a chocolate maker, poses a problem for the young target audience who might watch the show without adult supervision.
Really, Alabama? This is so insane. For starters, you can't keep reality hidden from children forever, okay? Eventually, kids are going to learn that aardvarks are gay, okay? It's inevitable. And also, what exactly are you afraid of? Just because a kid loves something in a cartoon doesn't mean that they're going to try and copy that behavior. Right? I grew up watching SpongeBob, but I don't live in a pineapple. No, I live in a 2-bedroom apartment under the sea, right? Anyway, Alabama says they don't want this. They want a kids show that reflects its values better. Yeah, so instead of Arthur, they're airing a Baba episode where the government shuts down his abortion clinic. And finally, if you've ever worried you're not good at your job, you can rest assured that there's someone even worse at his.
Ben Carson has been accused of being not qualified to lead the Department of Housing and Urban Development. Today, he didn't help his cause. He confused a real estate term with a cookie.
I'd also like you to get back to me, if you don't mind, to explain the disparity in REO rates. Do you know what an REO is?
An Oreo?
No, not an Oreo. An REO. REO.
Real estate?
What's the O stand for?
E organization?
Owned. Real estate owned. That's what happens when a property goes to foreclosure. We call it an REO.
Oreos? Yo, Ben Carson is a legend, man. Do you know what the O stands for? What if he just said Oreo again? A real estate Oreo? Yeah. It's a cookie you can live in. I like how he wasn't confident as well. He reminded me of all of us in school. They were like, and what is the O? And he's like, oh, no,